Hello, my friends. I'm Dick Hellman, the head of CPAC, the Registered Christian Lobby for Israel on Capitol Hill and here in Washington and at the grassroots throughout the country, and Merkel, our Middle East Research Center that supports CPAC in every way that it can and to which contributions are tax deductible. I want to encourage you, as I haven't in a while, to go to our websites, www.cpaconline.org, CIPACONLINE.org, and take your actions for Israel. Go and see the wonderful legislative issues that we have that no one else is advocating to the Congress. And you can make a real difference with those emails. Of course, if you can come to Washington, that's ideal. I took a wonderful group of Virginians from out in the Shenandoah Valley who came in the other day and went to Capitol Hill, visited their members of Congress, and went to the Holocaust Memorial Museum to get a bit of the understanding of why it's so important to advance the cause of Israel and prevent, God forbid, prevent another occurrence of a Holocaust, which is, of course, not an out-of-the-box thought. It's not an absurd thought. The regime in Iran, not the Iranian people, but the Ayatollahs and the dictator of Iran and the military and civil authorities all hate Israel and the Jewish people and are threatening their extermination. This is a threat of genocide, as surely as the Holocaust and what has happened in Darfur and before that in Rwanda are instances of genocide. And we have, and I want to highlight this, we have a draft bill, the Genocide Abatement and Prevention Act, which will not only call for the prosecution of the president of Iran and the other officials who have threatened genocide against Israel, but also institute a new innovative system to prevent genocide at its earliest stages, when it's being discussed literally and put on the public media and preached from the mosques or other places, other public places, whether in Iran or another nation. So that's just one example of the exciting things that you can see, which I think you'll agree with. Our issues are common sense American issues that Christians, Jews, and other people of goodwill can get behind and get our Congress moving on. Too often, won't be surprised to know, Congress is dealing with the wrong issues in the wrong way at the wrong time. Let's help them to focus. You are like a fourth branch of government. You, the public, have to tell your senators and representatives what you want them to do. Sadly, I find a lot of Americans don't even know who their congressmen or their senators are. This is sad. This should not be. But I know you're better than that. You're smarter than that. You're more aware public citizens than that. So go to our website and see what you can do. And while you're there, go to our other website for Merkel, www.merkel.org, and see the wonderful information there, background information, films, videos, articles, links to other sites and to other organizations and to other good media sources that you might not be aware of. People always are asking me, what's new with Syria and what can America do about it? Well, sadly, our government, and I have to say the Congress as much as the White House and the State Department, have dropped the ball. In fact, they couldn't even find the ball, which in football season is pretty sad. But I should have a football here because that's what the coach said on Monday morning after a bad loss. He said, let's start with basics. This is a football. Well, that's what I would say to the President, the Secretary of State, or to the representatives and senators. You need to focus in on Syria and frame a coherent policy. Without going into the details, as I have before on a couple of occasions in these Washington Bites, both the House last year, the House of Representatives, and the Senate this year worked on bills that would have framed a coherent policy on Syria. And they didn't get those enacted for various reasons, but now's the time. We need a policy before we decide whether a strike on Syria makes sense or whether our cooperation with Russia to disarm the Syrian regime of their chemical weapons makes sense. Come on, get with me, get with it, help me out, go to our website, and take those actions to urge our senators and representatives to act on Syria. They're not supposed to be telling the president what to do and pontificating. They're supposed to be legislating. They work for you. You elect them. Let's help them to get it done. Thank you. God bless you. Talk to you next week.